get this thing started. Come on in, my co-pilot on this guy. Welcome. So we've got our burn class today. We're doing our 5x3, which is 5 different series of 3 separate movements.
Good job.
I got that out, but you kind of looked at me and I was like, oh God, am I saying wrong? Don't look at me. That way. All right. So as we get this thing started, we need to have the anchor point of our system down low, around knee height-ish. We're going to start off with some relatively light resistance. Choose 2 of the lighter ones that we've got. So, as always, before we get started with the actual workout, we've got to get our mind and our body connected. So let's do this. Let's get those hands on those hips. Let's get those feet shoulder width. Let's get sucker punch ready. So this thing is equally on the whole way around, so we're not just supporting from the back part of our body. Let's get that anterior core on as well. Get that hip structure connected to our brain. Let's start thinking of that hip structure as a bucket. Let's start pouring that bucket out over our toes and then bring it back to level. And as we are doing this, as we are taking that hip structure and tilting it, I want you to feel the emphasis of your ball of the foot the entire time. You feel your whole foot bend, but emphasize that ball of the foot no matter where you are in this movement. 1 or 2 more of those. Again, each one try and pull yourself down just a little bit farther, each one. Then we're going to take that exact same hip movement, that exact same ball of the foot emphasis, and we're going to go into a wide stance. So maintain that same movement out of the hip, feeling on the ball of the foot. Now we're just going to allow that one leg to bend while the other one remains straight. And as we are bending that leg, bending that knee, make sure that knee is staying inside that ball of the foot just a little bit, which, if you are still feeling that ball of the foot emphasis, your knee is most likely in the right spot. So 1 or 2 more of these. What's a snap for?
Well, attitude.
2 snaps in a circle. Let's bring our feet back to normal squat width. Let's go into that same squat pattern. So there's 3 parameters of every squat that we do. First one is you feel your whole foot, emphasize the ball of the foot. Second parameter of every single squat is we want to move from the hips. We want to take that level pelvis, tilt that thing as we lower, bring it back to level as we stand up. And the third parameter of our squat patterns is we're going to maintain our normal spine shape the entire time, no matter what, right? No independent movement out of the spine in any weird fashion. Keep your spine as the passenger, as the hips dictate the ride. 1 more of those normal squats. And again, we're going to take that same squat pattern, but now we'll do it in an opposite arm reach with a reverse lunge. So as we're doing this reverse lunge, we still have all that weight on the front foot, 98.7% weight on that front foot. No more, no less.
98.7?
98.7. Yeah, it's science. Yeah. Look it up. Look it up. If you say things with conviction and then you say it enough times, belief becomes a new truth. This is a new world order. It's going to keep saying it. No, that's 98.6. No, it's not, we're not body temperature. 98.7. 1 or 2 more of those. All the weights on that front foot. I had my BS sandwich this morning. Keep going. Let's get you on the floor.
He's ready.
Fingers are facing behind you. We are holding an imaginary ball between our knees. We are lifting our hips as high as we can possibly go. Then we lower them back down. And then the arms, press your body away from the floor while having that intent of screwing your shoulders through the floor to open up your chest. 1 more of those with both arms on the floor. Then the next one, we'll keep that right arm on the floor. We'll take that left arm reaching across our body, trying to separate our upper and lower body as much as we possibly can. Still having that thought like we're holding a ball between our knees so our knees are not flaring out to the side or doing anything weird. And on that supporting arm, really, again, press your body away and screw that shoulder into the floor to open up your chest. Let's go and switch sides. Again, reaching across your body. So if your left hand is on the floor, you're having that intent of screwing that shoulder counterclockwise or screwing that hand into the floor counterclockwise. 1 or 2 more of those, and then we'll go back to the first arm. And this time that reaching arm is trying to reach towards that supporting arm. And your eyes and your head are going to follow. So in this movement, still holding that imaginary ball between your knees, and get a little more extension out of your spine on this guy. So again, really posturing off of that supporting hand. Big reach, big extension, eyes follow, head follows it. Switch arms again. Last one, and we'll get you back up on your feet. moving around. So again, as much height out of your hips as you can get. Give that imaginary ball a little squeeze as you lift your hips up. Posture off that supporting arm with as much emphasis as you can. Reach that free hand towards your supporting hand and have your head follow. Beautiful. Up on your feet. Just stand normally.
I almost kicked you.
I know. So I
Or
pushed
maybe I
you.
did kick
You
you.
did kick me. Alright, just gonna move those shoulder blades around.
Sometimes.
Feel those shoulder blades spread apart as your arms go across your body. Feel them come back towards each other as your arms go up wide. And we'll do the same thing up above our head. She's ready. So let me go through this first series. 3 movements. First one is a low, high squat chop. So choose the resistance that works for you. So on this one, there's a squat component. So when there's a squat component in any of these other kind of moves we do, with that squat, we still want to maintain our normal squat position. So we're going to squat down, and it should look relatively normal. And as we stand up, we're going to get this rotation out of that inside hip. And as we come up, we're going to low to high chop. Yes, your upper body is moving, but this is predominantly a lower body movement. In particular, that lower body movement is coming out of that inside leg's hip. Outside leg is not doing a whole bunch. Halfway point of the timer, we will switch to the other side. From that, we've got lateral hops. So you're just up on your feet, moving nice and quick, nice and light on your feet. And the last one, you're gonna drop down on your hands out in front of your shoulders just a little bit. Spread the shoulders away from each other so you're pushing your body up towards the ceiling. While you're maintaining that push towards the ceiling, we're gonna have that intent, but trying to pull the floor towards our feet to get that anterior core fire. So those are our first 3. It's gonna be 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off, switch to the next exercise, run through all 3 of those 3 times.
Great.
Then we'll take a break and we'll go to the next series. So you ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna start. What?
I just saw my little cousins are on from Texas.
Right
It's
on.
here in live.
Beautiful. All right, guys.
So don't
Here we go,
embarrass
cousins.
me.
We're gonna start this thing in 3, 2, 1. So again, load up that inside foot. Keep that foot planted. I always have to step on her foot. She just wants to turn into a baseball swing. So try to make this as much of a lower body movement as you can. Yes, your upper body is going along for the ride, but it's coming from the inside leg's hip and the force that that hip is generating to get you to push and rotate out. Switch sides. So our goal, again, inside foot's doing the work. Load that thing up, wind up with your upper body, push off the inside foot, create as much rotation out of that hip as you can. And we're trying to get full rotation out of the hip, meaning that full extension out of the knee at the same time. Done with that guy, drop it. Into our lateral hop. So, as always, we're going to focus on our breath and use our breath as our friend, not our foe. So we're jumping side to side, a non-complex movement. Stay as light on your feet as you possibly can. And let's use this non-complex movement to really check in with our breath. So slow the system down a little bit. Keep the intensity high. In through your nose, out through your mouth. As light on your feet as you can.
Let's go!
The only face grimace you're allowed to make is a smile. No, no passing a peach bit style. Keep it going. 10 more seconds on this guy. Move quick, light on his feet. Light and quick, light and quick, light and quick, light and quick for 5 more seconds.
Nice.
All right, perfect. Take your break, drop down on the floor. Hands are just a little bit out in front of your shoulders, but they're about shoulder width. Here we go. So, maintain your normal spine shape as we do this. Press your body away from the floor so your shoulders really spread apart. While maintaining all that, now have that intent of trying to pull the floor under your feet, under your hands, towards your feet. And as you do so, you'll feel that anterior core just kick in. Yes?
Right up.
All right, as that thing's lit up, focus on your breathing, right? We're not going, we're in through the nose with control, filling up that whole lower rib area. All right, not just chest breathing.
Nice work.
5 more seconds.
It's nice you added this one.
I know, it's your little breathe, it's your breather.
Yeah.
And perfect, back up on your feet, back to where we started. So grabbing your rubber band,
Good work,
back to
team.
our low high chops. And again, remember, as your body fatigues, your body's gonna try and make this easier. And in doing so, it's gonna try and move that hip less and make it all a knee dominant movement. Fight that, stay focused on moving out of your hips. Feel that pelvis really tilt as you load up that inside foot. Feel that pelvis come back to level as you drive that ball of the foot on the inside leg and create this big rotation with extension. Keep going. Upper body is following its lead. Go ahead and switch sides.
Let's go!
Again, focus on your breathing.
Woo!
Use your upper body as a secondary mover. Primary mover is coming from that inside leg's hip. And at no point are you letting that knee on the inside foot travel to the pinky toe side. Keep that ball of the foot emphasis the entire time. Done with that guy. There's 2 or 3 with that one.
Yeah.
On your feet. She's like all like, I don't know if you're like old school Arsenio Hall. What's going on here? A lot of fist pumping right now. We're gonna go and lateral hops.
Sometimes
Explain yourself with your fist pumping.
Sometimes you gotta just fist pump this morning.
I don't think I've ever fist pumped without
Oh my gosh.
in a non-contrived fashion.
Try it. Throw your arm
You're
up.
jumping too hard. You're shaking the TV and it's making it go out.
See, don't you just go like this?
I never do that. I honestly have never done that in a non-contrived, hey, jump into 30 fist.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should try it.
It's not my style. It's your style. I can
That's
see
true.
your style.
That's true. You have your own
My
style.
style, which is...
What would you do in this situation?
There you go. No, I just did it right there.
Oh,
One
yeah.
clap. Maybe if it was you and me, I'd be like, hey, yeah,
Yeah.
that's about all you're going to get. Down in your plank.
I tried to teach him a dance and he wouldn't go for it.
All right, here we go. Back in your plank position. Hips are the same height as your shoulders. Shoulder blades are spread apart because you're pressing your body away from that floor. While you're pressing your body away from the floor, stretch that floor under your hand, holding it towards your feet. And as you do that, come on, more. I want to feel more. Lock that thing. There we go. Keep the hips from popping up. Keep going. Keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. So we had 2 exercises in a row that were super high heart rate intensive. Now we're having a moment to bring that heart rate back down, so you focus on that. That's your goal. This yes, you're getting some abdominal work. That whole cylinder is being worked, but focus more on being able to calm that system down for what's coming up, which is one more time through it.
Yeah!
One more time. 3rd time through this series. Then we have a minute break, and we're going to start the second one. Here we go. Load up that inside foot. Drive through that ball of the foot on that inside leg. Create as much power as you can from that inside leg's extension of the knee and rotation of the hip. Using that inside leg to generate more force as a primary mover while the upper body follows its lead. When that hip stops fully rotating and that knee stops fully extending, so should the upper body stop its rotation. Here we go. Drive and rotate, drive and rotate.
Good job,
and again,
let's go.
keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth as much as you possibly can. Tilt the pelvis as much as you can as you load. Drive up, bring that pelvis back to level. You got 5 more seconds until you finish. And you've done.
Yes!
Well, not completely done. You finished with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, lateral feet, light, like a kitty. Like a kitty cat. Now it flies down. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. There. Nice and light. Light and quick, light and quick, light and quick.
Like a mountain lion.
Like a mountain lion? Like the one in your yard? Good. Alright, nice and quick. Very fast, very light. Warm up the feet in the shoes. And again, non-complex movement. Use this movement as an aid, a teaching aid for how you can calm your system down via the breath, keeping that intensity high while the sensation of intensity is moderated simply because you're breathing it that way. Use breath as your friend. Keep going. You got 5 more seconds. Go a little faster, 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 a little faster. Okay, perfect. Last one down on the ground in your plank pull.
Woo!
So we are keeping our spine shape in its normal position the whole time. Very often, as we fatigue, the body is going to try and shorten the resistance arm, because if you have a shorter resistance arm, it's easier. It's physics. So the resistance arm that we're talking about here is going to be your spine. So it's going to try and tuck your tail under, or it's going to do the opposite and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Fight that. Maintain your normal spine shape the entire time. We have 20 seconds more to go.
Let's go, you guys.
Keep on
Stay in it.
pulling those hands towards your feet as you're pressing your body away from the floor as well. So spread those shoulder blades out as much as you can and really pull harder. Pull harder and fight that one for your body to go forward as you pull. Perfect. Take your break. Grab some water.
Nice.
We got a minute off. And I'm going to show you what the next 3 movements. We're done with the one series. Series 2 coming up. First one is a split squat row. So you'll grab your rubber band. If I'm holding with my right hand, that right leg is the one that goes back. Loading on that front left leg. Drive up to that ball of the foot of my left leg. As I'm coming up, I'm driving that elbow back. Split squat row, we'll switch sides on the halfway point. From that, we got our crossover footwork. Nice and quick through those feet, crossover footwork. And then the third one on this one is a side plank hold. So we will be down on the floor, shoulder directly over top of the hand, spreading those shoulders out as much as we possibly can as we do this, and we hold. You ready for your split squat?
Thank goodness for people like you.
Just stop with that. You don't have to say anymore. Just stop right there.
I know.
That's all you gotta say. All right. So as we do this again, left leg is in front while you hold it with your right arm. Just like every squat, we initiate this movement from our hips. So we got a lot of hinge factor going on in that pelvis. As you're hinging, as you're tilting that pelvis, your knee is bending, you're still staying loaded all on that front foot. 98.7% of the weight is on that front foot again. Let that switch sides. As you're doing this, as you're in the bottom of that squat, that arm is way out in front of you. Allow that shoulder blade to completely release. Let that thing spread as far away from your spine as you possibly can. And then as you drive up, you're bringing that shoulder blade back to resting width, and the upper arm is following. Perfect, that's that one. Crossover footwork. So this is the leg movement. Whatever you choose to do with your arms,
let's do the opposite.
make it your own style.
Opposite.
Norah-size that thing, make it your own style.
This is good for the brain. Tap your right hand to left hand to right shoulder. With the opposite foot crossing. Brain teaser!
And what is also good for the brain is when you're doing those cross pattern movements is this. What's 17 plus 13? Come on! What's 17 plus 13? Come on! Shit! Second grade! Let's try that again. What's
30!
There we go!
No more mouth.
Wait,
No more.
Oh my god, that was a deer in headlight moment right there.
Ah!
Like, seriously, those are odd numbers. Nobody can add the odd numbers.
Here's the thing.
2 odds make it even. Perfect.
I've been playing cribbage a lot lately and it's all adding.
And you're burned out.
And
Side
I-
plank.
my brains.
So, side plank. Let's get that right hand on the floor. Ankles are stacked. Hips are stacked. Shoulders are stacked. Maintaining normal spine shape the whole time. No rolling the spine, no extending anything outside of normal. Your reaching hand is going as far away from your supporting hand as possible. Spread those shoulder blades out as much as you can. That supporting arm, create that intent of external rotation, switch sides. So if your left hand is on the ground, you're trying to have that intent of rotating counterclockwise. And as you do that while you're spreading away, you should feel your shoulder blade press in towards your rib cage while it's spreading away from your spine. And that is what we want. That's what's going to keep your shoulder nice, safe, healthy position. Finish with your first lap.
Yeah.
Back to that split squat row.
So good. So good.
Right arm holds the weight.
Let's
Here we
do
go.
this thing.
Initiate this squat pattern from your hips. Stay driving through that ball of the foot and keep your normal spine shape. Your body's going to want to flex that spine. Again, it's always going to try and make that resistance arm shorter, so it requires less work to do so. Fight that one. Keep your normal length. Let that shoulder really travel on that pulling arm. Switch sides and keep, no matter what, driving through that ball of the foot with 98.7% of the weight on that front leg. Don't forget that percentage. Just keep.
No. Percentage is high.
You got 5 more seconds on this guy. Keep going quick.
Let's go, let's
Keep
go.
that length through your spine, your natural shape. Finish with that guy.
Good job, good
You
job.
want to do something different besides crossover footwork?
Yeah.
I'll give you that freedom.
Our theme is kicks this week.
Kick week? Alright. So you've got the option. You can do that crossover footwork, or you can do whatever she does. Which is
You can kick with me.
which is always just a good thing to watch.
If you're
For
kicking.
some reason, whenever you do these sort of things, I always want to go. I always want to make circus music. I'm not sure why that is,
I feel
but
like
it makes me feel like it's a circus.
I feel good about that.
A little bit of rockette style.
Yeah.
Now give me some of that beautiful Celtic style dancing. That's Russian, but that's cool. 5 more seconds. Close enough.
We're going around the world
It's Easter
today.
here. We're good. All right. Back up on the side plank.
I feel like I'm learning that I'm not gonna. I don't know actually.
Well, when you're kind of hypoxic, so sometimes those synapses are not.
Maybe that's it.
So press your body away.
Because I was gonna say I'm probably not good under pressure, but I refuse to believe that.
No, you're hypoxic. Your
Yeah.
body's got to fight over, am I using oxygen for my muscles, or am I going to actually use my brain? I don't want to use any more brain power. That's what I'm here for.
That's your job.
Oh God. Now I'm choking. All right.
Oh my God,
Spread that
don't
shoulder blade. Press your body as far away from the floor as you can. Switch sides.
Switch.
So again, our goal is to push our body as far away from the floor as we can while maintaining our normal spine shape. Fight the one to excessively lift that hip or excessively drop it. You should be in that same position just as such if you were standing. Right? We're not going to excessively bend. So 5 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, done.
Woo!
On your feet. There's 2 of those. 1 more to go.
I can help you with the switches. That was my contribution.
So you're Pavlovian. You hear that sound like I salivate and I switch at the same time. Here we go. Drop yourself, or not drop yourself. Pull yourself into that split squat. Drive up and pull. And again, really important, as we start fatiguing, remember the body is going to try and cheat and make it easier. So the pelvis is going to want to start to move less. Fight that. Make sure you're moving from the pelvis just as much as we did in the beginning. Second, your spine shape is going to try and shorten. You're going to try and turn it into a hunchback in Notre Dame. Fight that. Keep your normal length. Third, your shoulder blade and your arm are going to start trying to turn into alligator arms. Fight that. Get that full movement of the scapula, full movement of the arm. You got 5 more seconds of full movement. And you're done with that guy. Get rid of it.
What should we do next for feet?
This is on you, whatever you want to do. So again, you got the crossover footwork if you so desire, or you got Nora's.
I like this one.
I did it too. I mean, hop.
This one is hop one leg forward, hop one leg back.
Got it. So you're hopping 2 hops on one leg, if the other leg's going behind you, and
Yeah.
one leg in front. Got it.
No,
Conceptually, I got it.
Let's look go side to side.
Yes.
It's-
Why wouldn't you?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay, and now let's just cross.
I kind of feel like I need to be out of the screen for that one.
Maybe. Maybe just give it to us.
You got 10 more seconds.
Center
Run it
stage!
out.
Woo! 7 seconds! We're just dancing on our own.
All right, what are we doing right now?
Side
There we
plank.
go. Last time to do this. So I challenge you on pushing your body as far away from the floor as possible. Now I'm going to give you another option on this guy. As you're pressing away, we can do 2 things. 1, lift your top leg. And as you lift, you don't have to go crazy. Just lift it a little bit, and maintain your normal spine shape on this one. Second thing we can do to increase this intensity even more, now I'll start trying to pull that hand that's supporting you towards that supporting foot. So you're doing that same kind of pull motion that we did on switch, on that regular plank. So again, option 1, maintain your normal position just like we did the first 2 times. Option 2, lift your leg. Option 3, lift your leg and try and pull that supporting hand towards that supporting foot. You got 5 more seconds.
We got this.
Keep your intensity up. You got 3 seconds. And take your break. Relax.
Well,
All right, you ready to move on?
ready.
First movement in this guy is a bear crawl.
Oh, yes.
You're down low. Knees are close to the floor. Normal spine shape. Spread the shoulder blades out. Keeping low the whole time. You go forward and then backward. Staying low the whole time. Hips ideally the same height as your shoulders throughout. From that, we've got our alternating drop squats. So we start in like a split squat position, hop in the air, land deep, switch, land deep, and land deep. That's the second one. Third one is our alternating bridge bar. So you're going to be down on the floor, palms are up. As you lift up, you kick. As you lift up, you kick. As you lift up, you kick. Alternating each leg. You got 10 seconds to get down on the ground and become a bear.
Yeah.
So, knees are low to the floor the whole time.
Yeah. You want to write?
Small strides. Small strides. Travel as far as you need to go in your room. Make your way backwards, and as you go backward, really have that intent of pushing yourself backward via that supporting arm. And that supporting arm, really have that intent of spreading the shoulder blade away from the spine, so you're really actively pushing your body away from the floor.
Let's go, you
Hips
guys.
staying
Stay
low. Your body's gonna want to try and raise those hips like that. Keep those knees low to the floor.
Woo!
Keep those hips low and even with the shoulders. We're almost there, guys. You have 5 more seconds where we're at.
You got it.
And perfect. Okay, up on your feet. Into those drop squats from split to drop, split to drop. So as we land in that drop squat, let's really focus on absorbing. So the way this absorption process goes is we initiate that absorption process through that ball of the foot and it rolls to the ankle. As soon as that ball of the foot contacts the floor and we start rolling to the ankle, we want to tilt that pelvis and absorb through this big stuff back here. Absorb through those hips.
20
Take
seconds!
more hip absorption than anything. Yes, your knees are bending, but put your brain in your hips. Really decelerate your body via the hip structure, not the knee structure. We meant to use our hips more, guys. 5 more seconds of these suckers. And then dropping down on the floor for those alternating glute bridges with a kick.
I like
She's
that.
like all relaxed.
What was
All
that?
right, so as we do this, shoulders are against the floor, neck is against the floor, in as a relaxed fashion, as much of a relaxed fashion as possible. As you lift the hip, we want to make sure that that cylinder, that space between our ribs and our hips, is locked on the whole way around because we want to make sure we maintain our normal spine shape the whole time. All right, as you bridge up out of that ball and socket joint of our hip, you're sticking that one leg up in the air and kicking it, lower your hips back down, repeat. So, make sure at no point are you flexing and extending your spine. So if you start feeling this in your low back, that means you lost that control of your cylinder, you lost that natural spine shape, and instead of moving solely out of that hip socket, you're starting to make articulation down your spine. So we're finishing that guy. What are we doing now?
We're doing bear crawl.
We're back down on the ground.
Good job.
All right, so again, keep those knees low to the floor. Short strides. We're not trying to cover 7 feet in 2 strides. Let's go 6 inches per stride. Nice and small, nice and controlled. And remember, as you're going backwards, you're actively pressing your body backward via that supporting arm. So really push yourself backward, having almost a little intent of creating external rotation. So if it's your right arm, you're going clockwise. If it's your left arm, you're going counterclockwise. Having that intent of screwing the floor that way as you're pressing your body backwards. Knees are low, hips are low. Finish the second one of those bad boys.
Yeah.
What do we got? Working on your memory. Turmeric.
Turmeric. Split.
Drop squats.
Jump.
Split drop squats. Again, absorb through that hip and land soft like a kitty. No Clydesdale landings. So absorb through the hips. The more you absorb through that hip, the quieter this whole landing should be. The nice soft landing we should have. So again, get as much height as you feel like you want to get. There's no right or wrong in this one. Move quickly or get a bunch of air and absorb and then go really high again. Doesn't matter. Both of them are going to get your heart rate up, and both of these movements really focus on your breath. Control that intensity or sensation of intensity via your breath. Finish with that guy.
Yes, good job.
Back down on the ground for the second time through this 3rd series. We're definitely past the halfway point. Palms are up, shoulders are open, heads relaxed. Cylinder is on. Again, we're keeping our spine shape in its normal position the entire time. Lift that hip as high as you can go off that one leg while the other leg is kicking up towards the ceiling. And again, make sure, check in with your body, feel what's going on, that we are feeling that hip do the work, not the spine. So again, if you're feeling that low back musculature starting to fire or getting fatigued, check in with what is moving you. The hips are the mover, that cylinder is the stabilizer. So keep that in check while you're doing this and know your body's gonna wanna cheat. Don't let it cheat, no cheaters here.
Nah.
Perfect, done with that guy. On your feet, last time through this 3rd series.
Let's go, you guys!
What are we doing?
Bear crawl.
Bear crawl.
Good job, good job.
All right, again, knees are low, hips are low. Shoulder blades are spread out. Spine shape is in its normal position. Small strides. Keep it moving.
Breathe.
You have that option. If you gas out and you cannot maintain the mechanics of this movement properly, just hold a bear crawl position without traveling. You've got 20 more seconds on this one, but if you want to stop only because it's getting difficult, I challenge you to breathe that sensation of difficulty down a notch and keep going. Check in with your breath. See if you can settle your system down simply by changing your breathing and changing how you are perceiving that intensity. So much about perception.
You need a meditation app. You're good at it.
All right, here we go. Drop the split squat. Drop the split squat. Again, nice and light on those feet.
Woo!
So that's our focus on
So close!
this next 35 seconds.
6,
Change the way you're perceiving the intensity of which you're feeling. Change how you perceive it. Perceive it as a I hate that word blessing, but as a blessing that you can do this stuff and push yourself and persevere.
It's
so
true.
keep changing how you perceive it, right? Look
That's
at it
the
like,
move.
I'm so stoked I get to move.
Such a good thing.
Think about whenever you're sick,
No, all you want to do is move.
all you want to do is move, but then when you're not sick and you have the ability to move, very often you choose not to move. So remember that when you're, if you can always remember that when I'm sick, when take a break. Are we finished?
One more.
One more, alternating
Very
butt
good.
lifts, glute lifts. All right, guys, this is our last 40 seconds on this third series. Get as much height as you can. Shoulders and neck are relaxed. Mouth is closed, nose is open. There it is. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Cylinder is on, spine shape is normal the entire time. Hips are lifting as high towards the ceiling as you can go via that hip area, pressing through the ball of the foot of that supporting leg. You got 15 more seconds of this third series. We got 2 more to go.
We're doing great. Keep it up.
You got 10 more seconds to keep it going.
Casper's getting us through that.
So close, 3 seconds, all the way through it.
1.
All right, while you're getting some water and breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, settling down, I would show you the next 3 movements in our fourth series. You will grab your rubber band. You will step inside of it. You will rack it at your shoulders. You're going to pull yourself down into a normal squat pattern. As you stand up, you're going to press above your head. It's not completely vertical above your head. It's going to have a slightly diagonal out in front of your body component. That's the first one. From that, we've got our core hammer press. So we're going to be out here. We're going to slightly hinge over. Get some tension on that sucker. You're going to press out and back, switching sides at the halfway point. From that, we're going to drop down into our V hop. So we're in a push-up position. Connecting the dots. Hop diagonally forward, back. Diagonally to the other direction, and back. So 5 seconds till we start. Get inside your rubber band.
Great,
so
guys.
as we are doing those squats, thank you. As you're doing the squats, remember the parameters of every squat. 1, feel the whole foot bend, emphasize that ball of the foot the entire time. 2, initiate that squat pattern from your hips. So feel that whole hip structure go from level to the floor to tilting and pouring out over your toes. 3, maintain your normal spine shape the entire time. And now we've got this upper body movement going on, so now we gotta really feel those shoulder blades articulate around our rib cage as we press. So, anytime you go above your head, the shoulder blades should upwardly rotate. So feel the shoulder blades rotate upwardly as you press. Take your break.
Great job.
That's the challenging one. Full body move right there. You can't hide from that one.
We need this
Okay,
again.
we've got our core press. So you hinge over in a little bit of a squat, hinging over. Arms are pressing out and back. Our goal on this one is to resist any sort of twisting, any sort of change of our natural spine shape, any change of how our squat pattern is being held. We're just resisting rotation as we press those arms out and back. And opposite sides, obviously the farther away you are from the anchor point, the more challenging it is. Doesn't matter how far you are, just challenge yourself and make sure at no point are you letting your hips rotate, or your spine rotate, or your shoulders shrug, or your spine shape shortens itself. 5 more seconds.
Good
And
job.
finish with that guy. Drop your band. Make yourself to the floor in a push-up position. We've got our V hops coming. So again, you're supporting your body as much as you can from those hands.
Let's go.
On
You
the
guys
support
make this
structure of your hand, keep those shoulders spread apart. And hop into as big of a capital V as you can, and be very light on your feet. Always trying to be as light as you can. And
Let's
move
go.
quickly, but like a ninja, nice and quiet. Keep it going. And yes, it's challenging sometimes when you're in this prone position to breathe in through your nose and feel that lower, breathe that diaphragmatic breath, but challenge yourself to not be chest breathing and mouth gasping. Control your breath. It's mostly mental. You can do this. Just challenge yourself to try it. Shocking how much you can actually breathe through your mouth or your nose when you do this. Finish with that guy. There's 1. 2 more to go.
Good job.
Make your way back to this guy. The first movement. Step inside. Rock it on your shoulders.
Rack it.
Pull yourself down into that squat. So one thing you can think about to help you have that sensation of keeping that anterior core on as you squat. Think about as you go into your squat. Think about pulling your knees up to your chest as your pelvis tilts towards it. Can you feel that when you do that? So as you have that instead of pulling your knees up, what happens is you're getting this musculature called your psoas muscle to help, that connects your lower and upper body. You're really getting that thing to fire, which is not just a hip flexor, but it's also the fundamental, one of the core stabilizers, deep core stabilizers, spinal stabilizers. So let's use that guy as you pull yourself down into your squat by pulling your knees up. Finish with that one. That's exhausting.
Good job, everyone.
All right, guys. Grab your rubber band again. Step away. Feet a little wider than shoulder width. Slight squat. Hinge over. Maintain that position as you press out and back. Now, one thing you can add to this one to help get that pelvic floor to fire, to help stabilize your spine even more, is have a little intent trying to pull that floor under your feet towards each other. You're gonna get a little bit more of that adductor firing, but also that pelvic floor is just going to kick in.
Yeah.
Switch sides, and again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Keep that normal tilt of your pelvis the entire time. No matter what, are you letting your tail tuck under? No matter what, is your head dropping? Not letting that happen. Keep pressing out. You got 5 more seconds, guys.
We got this. Let's go.
Breathe that sensation of intensity down. Use the breath. Again, use the breath as your friend. Drop down in your plank V-hops. Nice and light on your feet.
Let's go, you guys. Make this fast.
Go as quick as you can. Is it quick or quickly? I never know when you put the LY on things. Go as quick
We'll work
as you
on
can.
that after class.
Move as quickly as you can.
Let's go.
I don't get it.
You're doing great.
My grammar is at a
Spot on.
second grade level. Keep going. You have 20 more seconds on this guy. Again, move as quick or as quickly as you can.
Let's go.
Light or as lightly as you can. Fast or as fastly as you can. I know that's not a word, but I'm going to use it. You got 10 more seconds. Go faster. Breathe. Calmer. More calm. Calmer. Is that a word? Yeah, calmer. Okay. There's 2. Don't patronize me. All right, guys. One more time through that 4th series.
We got this.
Grab your rubber band. Step inside. Again, pull the knees up towards your chest as you're tilting the pelvis towards it. Stay driving through that ball of the foot the entire time. You are sucker punch ready the whole way around the entire time. And feel those shoulder blades upwardly rotate as those arms go above your head. Feel them downwardly rotate as your arms come back down to your shoulders. Keep going. You got 15 more seconds. Keep moving, keep moving, keep breathing that intensity away.
Come
Not
on,
away.
let's go!
Breathing that intensity down while that sensation or that level of intensity physically stays up. You got 5 more seconds. Keep it going, girl. Finish with that guy. Okay, step out of that. You'll finish with that hard squat press. Grab your rubber band, turn sideways in relationship to the anchor point. Little wider than normal squat position. Tilt that pelvis, stay in a little bit of a squat.
Let's go, let's
Slight
go.
intent of pulling that floor under your feet towards each other. Normal spine shape, heads over top of your shoulders just like normal. Shoulders are wide. Press out and back and out and back. Keep fully extending those arms.
I think LY is an action.
What's that?
I think LY is looking in the midst of an action.
And you are in the midst of those solos, right?
Yeah, you're right.
All right, we're going to look that up. We're going to get the answer box out and figure that thing out. 15 more seconds on this guy.
Let's
Keep
go!
pressing your whole way out. And then really focus on when you're pressing out that you're pressing directly in front of your sternum. No going inside of that. Finish with that guy. One more movement. Plank V-hops. And we're finished with that 4th series.
Yes.
One more to go for this guy.
Let's go, this is
All
it.
right, again, spread those shoulder blades out.
Let's make this fast.
Actively press your body away from the floor the entire time. Nice and quick, nice and light on your feet. And again, challenge yourself to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, calming that system down. Keep it moving nice and quick. You got 20 more seconds before you get that big break.
Woo! Stay with it, stay with it.
Last 15 seconds. Keep
No
moving quick.
deal. Come on.
So close, guys. 8 more seconds. The whole way through that finish line.
Finish.
No stopping early. That last beep is when you stop. Right? Now. Perfect. Again. Finish through that 4th one. One more series to go.
Really good.
While you are getting your water and slowing down your breath, I will show you. Step inside your rubber band. This time you're going to place it along your hips. Now we're simply doing squat, jumps. Squat, jumps. Whoa. Yeah, it's going to be intense. After that, we're doing a forward, backwards, just 2-legged quick footwork hop. Last one in the series is a crab alternating reach, not a crab sprint. So this is one where you come up, you posture off your one arm and reach towards your opposite leg with that opposite arm. Getting your hips up, really going as quickly as you can while those hips are going as high as possible. So, step inside the rubber band. We got 5 seconds till we start.
We got this. This is it. This is truly it. Last round.
So, full depth squats, deep squats. Drive up, catch some air, absorb through those hips. Land and repeat. So even though we're going full max squat height, we're trying to really absorb and land as light as we can. No thumping the floor. Absorb the whole way through that body. Start with that ball of the foot. Let it travel the whole way through those hips. Let the big guys do the work here. I know, right? You got some tension on that thing. You can walk back a little bit.
No.
She's jumping up in the air and there's so much tension that it's throwing her backwards.
3,
It's finished. And stop! Get out of that guy. So now you got like an imaginary pencil on the floor and you're just hopping back and forth over top of it. That's all the higher you need to go. So this is a quick footwork. Just forward back, forward back, forward back, forward back. Nice and quick on the balls of your feet the whole time. Pelvis is moving back and forth just a little bit. Your cylinder is on, your posture is normal, your head is over top of your shoulders, and you're just going.
I like how you ask us to dig deeper in this last one. Because this seems ridiculous, but we're doing it.
It's redonkulous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's great. Let's go!
All right, here we go. We got 15 more seconds on this one. Again, it's not a complex movement, but challenge yourself to focus on your breath and change that intensity simply by breathing it down a level, even though you're keeping the level high. Finish with that guy. What do we got? Crab, alternated reaches.
Okay.
Fingers facing behind you. As your hips go up, one arm goes up and reaches towards its opposite leg. Hips go the whole way back down. Switch sides and repeat. So, as you are doing this movement, whichever arm is on the floor, actively press your body away as much as you possibly can. No hanging in that shoulder. Actively press yourself away from the floor. Laura loves anything that's got a crab in it.
I do.
So this is where she's got to dig deep, and I put this at the end just for her.
Love
because
that.
I'm challenging her mentally, but I know she can do it. So
Yeah.
breathe through that discomfort. Use this challenge to get better.
Yeah.
Don't run away from it. Go towards it. Keep going. And take your break. Crushed it, girl.
Yes.
2 more times through it, guys.
Okay.
We got 5 minutes left in the whole workout.
Yes, let's go, let's go.
Step inside the rubber band. Don't go crazy far away. And we're gonna jump. So full depth squats, full depth jump, absorb the thing, land like you're landing on an egg and you don't want to crack it. Absorb through that thing. Nice, soft, quiet landing. Use all that potential energy that you've got stored up in your body as you land and then drive through that ball of the foot, catching some air and then sticking that landing again. Ball of the foot, feet are always landing parallel.
We got this.
Tilt that pelvis as you land, and make sure that when you're doing this, when you're absorbing, almost like you're holding an imaginary ball between your knees as you land and squat down. You got 3 more seconds, you got this. You're done with that guy, perfect. Out of the rubber band, let's take one nice slow in through your nose. Out through your mouth. All right, back and forth over your little number 2 pretzel. Back and forth, nice and quick. Listen.
I'm with you.
High posture.
I'm with you, I'm with you.
Keep going. So again, non-complex movement. Breathe through your nose.
Number 2 pencil.
Slow
That's
it
like
down. Nice and slow. Slow that breath down. Keep that intensity high.
Second last one. Yeah!
So, if you were saving any energy up,
Done.
let's get it out. Let's increase it. Let's finish with every ounce of energy you can possibly get out right now in this last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Nobody wants to get a workout going. You know what? I could have done a little more.
No way.
Kind of half-assed it. Not here. Not
We're
now.
gonna do it all
Not
on
gonna
the
happen.
table.
Crab reach.
Okay. This is it.
As
Second
much
last.
height as you can every time. Really extend out and try and connect your hand with its opposite foot. Let's
Really
try and really
good
calm our
job.
system down. Keep breathing and really challenge yourself to go in through your nose, out through your mouth as much as you can. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Lower the hips and then raise the hips. You have 20 more seconds. Challenge yourself to keep going. If you gas out, you cannot mechanically do this properly, keep both hands on the floor and just only march the legs. If it's just a sensation you're running away from, not a chance for you allowed to stop. You gotta keep going, challenge yourself, work through that challenge, breathe that intensity down a little bit. Perfect, take your break. Thought we were giving each other a high five there.
I have no idea.
All right, but she got out last minute.
I bailed.
All right, guys, this is it. Last time through. So, final squat jumps. Remember, the body is always going to try and make things easier, especially after you've done 38 minutes of hellacious work. That's just what the body's going to do. So, fight that one. Keep moving out of your hips. Fight that one to only land on your knees. So important that we still maintain the proper mechanics while you're doing something at this end of the workout kind of movement here. Keep going. Absorb out of the hip, drive up. Absorb out of the hip, drive up. I'd rather you get less and do it correctly than more and do it incorrectly. Last one. Go. Jump. Done. Perfect. Relax. Done with that guy.
Burns out.
Now, that means you tried hard. It's perfect.
Yep.
Muscle failure is muscle success, really. Keep going. Let's go. Nice and quick.
Good enough.
Nice and quick. Nice and quick. So a little pencil jumping over.
Let's go, you guys. This is it. 30 seconds.
All right, go. See how many you can make 30 seconds. Count it. I'm seeing you're going to get 53. 20 seconds on the clock right now. Go quicker. Oh, she's crushing it. Did I say 50? I meant 97. You got 10 more seconds. Keep going, guys. We've got 1 minute in the whole workout. All energy being used right now. Breathe that intensity down.
670.
Close enough.
Oh,
perfect. I had no idea what that wouldn't be possible, but let's do the math on that. You got a lot. This is it, everyone. Your last 40 seconds, your favorite movement. This is your new favorite movement. Let's go. If it is challenging,
means it's working.
yes, and go towards that challenge.
Yeah.
So many times we try and go away from the things that are really difficult. I'm asking you to go towards it so that you actually start loving this thing and wanting to do it more and more. So you've got 20 seconds. Take this at a high level of intensity. Let's go. Move a little bit higher out of the hip. Move a little bit quicker. Keep breathing in through your nose as much as you can. You only have 10 more seconds in this whole workout. That's using them all up the whole time.
Finish it.
5 seconds. Keep going.
Come on,
The whole time. The whole time. Hell yeah. Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, guys. So let's do this. Let's get you guys on your backs, lying down, legs out in front. Full arms out position. Dead man pose. All right. So as we lie here, we're going to take 5 slow in through your nose, full inhale. 5 slow exhale. So we're going to try and maybe not completely, but almost doubling the amount of time on our exhale as we do on inhale. So let's go inhale into the nose, fill up that whole. And now full exhale, let the whole thing slow that exhale down, really slow that exhale down. Now back in through your nose, nice and slow. And now slow exhale, just let it slowly, don't just it out, slow it out. Back in again, slow inhale. And slow exhale out. 2 more like that, nice and slow inhale. And as you're lying here doing this and going through this breathing, check in. We know this is difficult. We know it's a challenge. Acknowledge yourself for doing what you just did. Connect the sensation that you're feeling right now of, yeah, I kicked ass, I feel a little bit exhausted, but wow, I actually feel really, really good at the same time. Use that as fodder to do this again the next time. Just keep connecting with how you're feeling. Like, holy shit, I just destroyed something I didn't know I could destroy. I worked at a level I didn't know I could work at, and keep using that as feedback and, again, food to keep moving in that direction of working harder and knowing that you can do it and knowing that you met that challenge and that you're going to keep meeting that challenge all the time. Because again, everything we do here is that you do things better outside of real life. So use this challenge, this difficult thing that you want to kind of go away from or want to go less towards, but you are going towards it as, you know, a teaching aid for real life, right? This isn't just a workout. This is a whole mind, body kind of deal. You gotta be all in it to do this sort of thing. This isn't just like you're standing in front of a mirror doing bicep curls wasting your time. It's not that. This is like the real deal. You gotta find, you dig deep on these kind of things. You kind of
really
see
have to.
what you really got.
Yep, it challenges you in a way that nothing else does. And it does, it permeates throughout the rest of your life. It's extraordinary. It's all up
Do
to
you
you.
give up on a good stuff?
Never.
Hell no.
No.
Yeah. Like I use this with my kids all the time. They'll start complaining about something. Like, I can't do it. Like, well, just think about when you're 1 and you're learning to walk. Did you stop walking? Just think if you would have stopped, if you were just like, yeah,
Can't do
I'm
it.
just gonna crawl.
That's such a good
But you kept doing
analogy.
it, you sucked at it, but you
Yeah.
kept working at it, and now look, oh my gosh, wow, you're running and jumping and spinning around, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's a silly metaphor, but it's actually really,
But it makes so much
you
sense.
just can't stop.
Yeah.
You can just take a break for a moment, but then come back at it. You just gotta keep building towards whatever it is you want to build towards, so.
One step at a time.
Yeah, so if it's your fitness,
Come
kind
back.
of
Do
build
this.
towards it pretty well right there.
Exactly.
Got any big tips?
Yeah, I have a work from home tips. If you need energy in the middle of the day, try that Wim Hof breathing. So you inhale, arms up, and then strongly exhale for 30. I want to do it with you right now, so you guys gotta get on with your day. But then on the last one, hold your breath out. You can do that 3 times, shifts your physiology. Also, if you want like just a really good snack to energize you later in the day, dark chocolate and almond butter, and then even yerba mate is a good afternoon caffeine without giving you that huge jolt like coffee does in the morning. That's what I got for you, and then dance your way
Beautiful.
through the day.
You got it. Dance your way through the day. Thank you so much, everybody. It was a
Thank you
pleasure.
guys.
We'll see you guys next time. Excellent.
Woo!